Let's start off with some key rules to gain some control at home and eliminate the clutter and stress. Before getting started, there's a big difference between being organized and being neat. Stashing things in a drawer just to get them out of sight is not being organized, okay? You need to have a purpose for why you put something there, not just to stash it away. Sort by organizing everyday items first. So pick an area or an item in your house that you feel needs to get organized, that bothers you every single day, and organize that first. You're going to feel great. It's going to have the biggest impact on you, and you're going to want to start tackling the next item. Organize one thing at a time. Pick a closet, pick a room, pick your paperwork, whatever it is. Organize one thing, get that set up, and then go on to the next. Break large projects into small tasks. If you tell yourself this coming Saturday, I am going to clean out my garage, okay? Well, chances are you probably won't, because the garage may be too much of a mess, it may be too large of a task, and you're going to get so overwhelmed, you're going to walk away halfway through it. But if you tell yourself, you know what, this Saturday, I'm going to start off by cleaning out the kids' play stuff in the garage, all right? Or I'm going to start organizing my garden supplies. So take the garage as an example and break it down into sections and tackle one section at a time. You want to finish one project before starting on the next, and find a home for everything. Once an item has a home, you'll always know where to find it. And is there a correct place for everything? No, there isn't. The only correct place is the place that makes sense to you. If you were to ask yourself, if I had to look for this today, where would I look? That's where you need to put it. Doesn't matter if it makes sense to me or somebody else, it has to make sense to you. Okay, as far as scheduling, you want to get started, now you've got to schedule it. How am I going to schedule to do these tasks? Well, you want to plan your day based on your energy level. If you have more energy in the morning, then don't plan large tasks for the evening, right? Plan your high energy items when you have the most energy. Create master lists for recurring references. And what I mean by that is take all those items that you are continuously looking for, you put them away, you try to find them again. So for example, let's say you fly a lot and you use various airline carriers to fly, and you're always looking for those frequent flyer numbers, right? You can never find them. So get a binder. Put all those reoccurring items into a binder. Make a list of all those frequent flyer numbers. If you have children and you use babysitters, and some babysitters are available on Fridays, some on Saturdays, some aren't on Sundays, but you can't remember who's available when, make a master list of all those so that you know if you want to go out on a Friday night, you know exactly who you can call, okay? So keep reoccurring items that you use all the time, those references, put them on a master list, and that way you know where they are. Don't plan 100% of your day. This should sound real familiar. We said the exact same thing when we were talking about your business, right? You want to make sure that you leave time for unexpected events. Schedule that personal time, just like I do. I schedule my running time. If I don't, I know I won't go there. But I have to schedule it, and I commit to it, okay, because I enjoy doing it. And that way, nobody can schedule time in that time slot but me. Use small blocks of time for those quick tasks. Don't always wait for a large interrupted block of time. You'll be surprised how much you can accomplish if you only have 15 minutes. All right? But if you know that you're going to be out in the garage and you're going to spend the entire day cleaning out the garage, it will take you the entire day. But if you only give yourself a small block of time to accomplish a small area, you'll accomplish that. All right, and then establish routines to stay on track. And what I mean by this is that set up routines at your home. Grocery shop on Wednesdays if that's a good day for you, or on Thursdays, but set up a routine so that you know that you're going to the grocery store every Wednesday. Clean out the refrigerator before going to the store so that it's more efficient when you come back from the store. And do your weekly filing on Sundays, for example. You have all that paperwork that comes in. You don't have to file every day because sometimes we don't like to file, right? But if you know that if you have a time slot that you've reserved for yourself, then file during that time slot. Let's set up some key rules regarding shopping. I know you've all heard this one before. Don't buy something just because it's on sale. If you don't have a place for an item, don't buy it. If you're in the store and you think, gosh, I really like this piece of furniture or this accessory, I know I'll find a spot when I get home, chances are you won't. And then what's going to happen? You bought it, you're not really using it, and it's been a waste. Okay, when you buy something new, discard something old, especially when it comes to clothes. But just remember that organizing is an ongoing process. It's okay to modify the process, and you probably will as you go along. And it might take several tries before you get your system to work just for you. All right, but now we're at home and there's a lot of clutter. Okay, we just feel like we're surrounded with clutter. How do we control it? Well, first and foremost, let's start off by uncluttering our mind. All right, just like when you're in the office and you're at work, you're writing a to-do list of things that you need to do. The same thing at home. If you need to get the oil changed, don't keep on thinking, I got to get the oil changed, got to get the oil changed, right? It's cluttering your mind. You're thinking about it. Write it on a to-do list. Set up a mail station so that all your incoming mail goes to one place. Keep it in a central location. You're going to eliminate the clutter of the mail if it's strewn throughout the home. Sort the mail daily and throw away the junk mail immediately, just like we did with that office stack of paper, right? Throw that junk mail away right away. A really good key tip here is to file your instruction manuals in a single filing cabinet and attach the receipt to the manual. That way, if you know that you're looking for that receipt because maybe something went wrong or you got a call in a repair, you're going to have all the information that you need right in one spot. Throw out today's paper today. It will be old news tomorrow. If you haven't read it by the end of the day and you're not going to read it, don't fool yourself by thinking you're going to read a week's worth of newspapers, right? It's old news anyways. Throw it out. And if you find that you're not reading the daily paper, don't subscribe to the daily paper. Maybe just get the weekend edition. Okay? Be honest with yourself. And again, figure out why you're not organized, what your behavior is, acknowledge it, accept it, and then change the bad behavior. Put a wastebasket in every room. Okay, it seems like a logical tip, but how many rooms do you have in your home that don't have wastebaskets? All right, what happens? Stuff ends up on the floor, it ends up on a table, ends up on a bed, right? Put a wastebasket in every room. And then keep some sort of a basket at the bottom of the stairs. If you live in a 2-story or a multi-level home, you don't want to waste time going up and down, up and down, up and down the stairs all day long. Put a basket at the bottom of the stairs and one at the foot of the stairs, okay, or at the top of the stairs. And that way, put items in there continuously throughout the day so that when you go upstairs, one time at night, take the basket with you and put those items away. All right? Let's talk about the kitchen. Why does it seem that we tend to spend the majority of our time in the kitchen? Even when we have a party and people come over, where do you always congregate? In the kitchen, right? So do you get a lot of recipes, things that you've torn out of magazines, recipes that friends or family members have given you? What do you do with them? You shove them in a drawer, shove them in between another cookbook, and then you can't find them later? Well, use a photo album for recipes. A clear album that's got clear pages in it for photos, and instead, or a scrapbook, and instead put your recipes in those sheets. That way they stay clean, they're protected by the clear plastic, you can see them, and you know where they're at. And if you tend to accumulate a lot of recipes, then set up one book for maybe entrees, one for desserts, one for salads. Okay, and that way you know where they'll be. And then you're also, if you see a good recipe, you're more apt to take it, right? Instead of thinking, oh, what am I going to do with this when I get it home? If you tear it out of a magazine or something, you're going to know where to put it. And when you know where to put something, it makes it easier to retrieve it. Create a master grocery list. Make a list of all the items that you tend to purchase on a weekly basis. We all know what those are, right? Milk, orange juice, fruit, whatever, bananas, whatever. Make a list. And make that list based on how you travel through the store. so that as you're going through your list, you can pick up those items. Use baskets for kids' snacks or your own snacks. Packaging is a lot larger than what's actually inside the box, right? So if a box has 6 bars of something, 6 Nutri-Grain bars or health bars, take the bars out, put them in a basket. It makes it easier for the kids to grab. They're not ruffling through everything else trying to find what they need. And they're also going to put it back where it belongs, right? Because it's going to be in that basket. So they're not going to have to lift the basket out to put it back in. They can just grab it and go. Same with yourself, right? For your snacks. Square containers take up less space than round containers. Look at how many things you have stored in round containers in your cupboards or in your pantry. And look at the amount of space that's in between all those containers, right? There's a lot of wasted space. You want to use drawer dividers for your utensils and only keep items that you use on a regular basis in your cabinets. If you open up your cabinets and you do an inventory, how many items can you see in there that you may only use once or twice a year? And they're probably big and bulky, right? Things that you don't use all the time. Take them out of the cabinets. Store them in the top of your pantry, maybe in a hall closet, in your basement, garage, wherever you have the storage space. Put them there and free up some space for your cabinets. Keep only a few items on your counters. If you have a lot of items on your counter, what's going to happen? You're going to get more, right? Because clutter just kind of feeds on clutter, and there's going to be more and more and more. So the less you have, the less apt you are to put on there. And organize your shelves in the pantry based on type of food. Keep all your pastas together, your cereals together, your snacks together. That way when you open up your pantry, you're going to be able to look in real quickly and see what you need to purchase and what you're out of. All right? Let's talk about closets. Closets tend to be another area that people tend to fight with a lot, right? How do you get your closet organized? Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is categorize your clothes based on season. All right? Once you do that, you're going to simply be able to see how many sweaters you have, how many long shirts you have, whatever the case may be. And then you're going to categorize by color. Because now you're going to realize you got 5 black sweaters. Do I need another black sweater? Probably not. I've got, 5 white shirts. Do I need another white shirt? Chances are I really don't. But when they're all spread out in the closet, I really don't know what I have. You're also going to find things you haven't worn, and you're going to kind of wonder, geez, I wonder why I haven't worn this. Because you haven't been able to find it. And then you want to hang items based on the length. If you hang all your long items together in one section of the closet, you're going to free up a lot of floor space. That's a great place to put baskets and bins for organizing items, right? And if you have more closet space than you have drawer space, and you need more drawer space, then simply add shelves and put baskets on your shelves. Now you've created drawers. All right, storage. Number 1 rule, you want to declutter before buying storage containers. I know it's going to happen. Y'all are going to be real excited about getting organized. You're going to go and you're going to go buy a bunch of containers because you just know that you got to put stuff in them, right? Well, that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be putting stuff in them. We don't want to put stuff in our containers. We want to put things that are useful to us and things that we know where they're at so that we know where we can get them when we need them. So first of all, you want to declutter before buying your storage containers because that way you're going to know exactly what you have to work with and what you're keeping. If you have an empty storage container sitting around, chances are you'll use it and you'll find something to put in it. You don't want that to happen. Keep things near where they'll be used so that they're easily accessible, and you use clear plastic containers instead of cardboard boxes. Okay? Cardboard boxes tend to hold moisture and they fall apart over time. Clear containers you can see through and they're more durable. And you want to look for containers that are meant to be stacked on top of one another. Not the ones that have the round bubble tops, but ones that are flat that are meant to be stacked. Okay, as far as storage goes, you want to label the sides, not the top. By labeling the sides of your container, you can see them as it's stacked up, right? If you label the top, what happens? You don't know what's in them. So label the sides. Store items where they make sense to you. Again, ask yourself, if I needed to find this item today, where's the first place that I would look? Not somebody else, but where is the first place that you would look to find it? And that's where you want to store it. When looking for ways to store things, look up, right? There's a lot of unusable space on our walls. If you're lacking storage space in a particular room, maybe you need to install some shelves. All right, in your garage, if you have a lot of balls that are all around and miscellaneous toys, hang a hammock from the ceiling and store them in that. Also, utilize the back of doors. The pantry door is a great place to hang a family calendar. It's also a great place to put some files, right? The wall files, put them on the back of a door. Well, you've learned a lot today, from the business to the home, your office, building a referral-based business, how to build a referral-based business and stick to it, right? We talked about your home. Well, set yourself free and set the stage for success. Living an organized life brings peace of mind and frees you to focus on more important things. Staying organized is an ongoing process. It's a way of living, and it's a choice that only you can make. So make it yours. Thank you very much.